A recent study found the Mediterranean diet may promote brain health. A University of Hartford professor in biology and human nutrition couldn't agree more.
And Marissa Cloutier wrote a book about how the diet promotes brain health and has a host of other benefits. She's joining us this morning to explain why it's so good for you. So first of all, a lot of people are familiar with the Mediterranean diet, but for those who aren't, tell us how it works and, what makes it, I guess, so positive, so healthy.
The Mediterranean diet is about everything wonderful. Not just, it's about culture and friends and family and enjoying the environment. And all this is encompassed within the food that celebrates primarily plant-based foods. So plant-based foods being vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds, olive oil, made just from olives. And fish, too, the Mediterranean Sea, obviously. There's a lot of fish in the diet as well. And all of these all these foods within this diet have been found over and over and over again to promote heart health, brain health. It helps prevent diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, just the list goes on and on and on. And there's been 50 years of research looking at the Mediterranean diet, and study after study, again, continues to show the benefits. And these studies will not stop. They'll continue on and on. We'll continue to see the Mediterranean diet make the headlines.
Now, we hear so many of the positive things about this diet, but is there anybody that maybe this wouldn't be good for?
No. No, there's nothing there that, we have evolved to eat primarily a plant-based diet, eating directly from what we can grow in our backyard. So biology is very much in tune with the chemical composition of a Mediterranean-type diet. So, we haven't evolved to eat all these processed foods and whatnot. So our biology, when we eat these foods, from the trans fats to the processed flours, refined sugars, our body just doesn't know what to do with these chemicals. Where if you eat more of a traditional Mediterranean-type diet, our body knows what to do with that chemicals and use it to our benefit.
And Marissa, you wrote a book about the Mediterranean diet. Obviously, we can assume that you live by the Mediterranean diet. What inspired you to write a book about it?
Oh, well, I'm from California, and my family grows grapes for the wine industry in California. So I grew up in that culture of celebrating food from the earth and lots of gardening, and so it's in my part of my heritage, even though I'm not from the Mediterranean area.
I'm thinking fish, olive oil, and certain things, and I'm focusing on lunch and dinner. So what would you eat for breakfast on the Mediterranean diet?
Again, you don't have to be eating directly like a Mediterranean. The Mediterranean diet, traditionally, they would drink a shot glass of olive oil and go out and farm for a while. That was their breakfast. Here, anything...
Shot glass of olive oil.
Yeah, you're on your way.
In the morning.
Yeah, but anything that's plant-based, again, the whole grains, your oatmeal, anything whole grain, the whole grain cereals, quinoa, couscous, whatever you want to put together, whole grain bread. Now that as more and more studies come out about the Mediterranean diet, the food industry is starting to step up and really offer more whole grain foods and more, raisins, anything that's vegetables or fruits, and anything that's plant-based is which you want to go.
Yeah, for someone who is apprehensive about trying a new diet, what do you think might be the most difficult for someone who's never done a diet before?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Mediterranean diet. It's not a diet.
More of a way of living or eating.
Again, to eat traditionally like a Mediterranean, you don't count calories, and there's no counting grams of this or grams of that. There's no reason to restrict yourself on anything that's from the earth, So how does somebody start a Mediterranean diet? Well, just start eating, go out and have a handful of raisins, grab some nuts. Just adding a little bit of fruit and any type of plant food anywhere you can, slip it into your diet. You're eating like a Mediterranean.
And fish is a big one, right?
Oh yeah, fish.
As opposed to chicken, beef.
Oh yeah. Pork. Well, no. They usually, if it is beef in the Mediterranean diet, it's usually veal. Just the makeup of the environment there, they couldn't really handle supporting a lot of cattle. So veal, which is more leaner, is usually eaten in the Mediterranean diet.
Is there chocolate on this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a plant food. Yeah, you definitely want to enjoy it. Not enjoying food. It's not about restriction. It's just eating, what your biology is conducive to handle, which is plant-based foods.
And Marissa, your book is available online.
Yes.
All right, at Amazon and
anywhere.
barnesandnoble.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Marissa.